Howdy y'all. In today's video, I'm going to help you with one of the very first things that tends to frustrate new guitar players on their guitar playing journey, and that is tuning the stinking guitar. I'm going to help you with that. Let's go. Ryan from Howdy Music, and I have a little guitar shop and music lesson studio in a small town in East Texas, and I spend my entire week teaching people music. And one of the very first things we have to learn as a guitar player is how to tune the stinking guitar. I'm going to teach you how to tune the guitar. I'm also going to help you with some of the challenges that new guitar players often encounter when they're learning how to tune their guitar. We're going to try to make it quicker and easier for you and help you avoid the mistakes that a lot of new players make, that all of us have made. If you've been playing for any time at all, you will have made most of these mistakes. But I'm going to help you with that right now, and we're going to make it as quick and painless as possible. Now, one of the first things you have to know when it comes to tuning your guitar is the names of the notes, right? We have 6 strings. Now, numbering wise, they start with this skinny little string. That's number 1, string number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they do have number names, but they also have actual note names. And so you've got to learn the note names, right? The music alphabet goes from A to G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now we also have in-between notes called sharps and flats, like you have A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D. So we'll get into that. I'm gonna put that on the screen, but you have to know your music alphabet, A to G. So those are the only possible notes that we can have, is A to G. Within that, you could have a G sharp, so on and so forth. Now, when it comes to knowing the names of the notes on the guitar, we generally start with the 6th string, the biggest, chunkiest string, 6th string. We usually kind of learn the notes that way. The 6th string is an E, 5th is an A, 4th is a D, 3rd is a G, 2nd string is a B, and your 1st string is also another E. Now, when I was a kid, pre-internet days, I just memorized E, A, D, G, B, E. And if you tune your guitar enough, you will eventually just memorize E, A, D, G, B, E. A few years ago, I heard this shortcut that some people will use, Eddie 8 Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie. Eddie 8 Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie. I thought that's a clever way to help people remember that. Although, in my mind, if you just say E, A, D, G, B, E 3 or 4 or 5 times in a row, you'll just memorize it. E, A, D, G, B, E. E, A, D, G, B, E. But Eddie 8 Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie is also kind of fun and easy to remember. So first thing you gotta do is know the names of your notes that we're shooting for in standard tuning. There are such things as alternate tunings, but we're not talking about that today. We're talking about standard tuning. Now, usually when we're thinking alphabetically, we're kind of thinking, you know, in a line, horizontal line, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? Now, it can help to think about your notes alphabetically in a vertical line, going, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, like, you know, vertically, up and down. There are a couple of tools that can help you in your tuning journey, and one of my favorites is like this little clip-on tuner. Clip it onto your headstock and it will help you tune. There's a lot of brands that make those. We are D'Addario dealers here at Howdy Music, so I like the D'Addario ones, but there's all kinds of clip-on tuners out there by various brands. They're all gonna work very similarly. You could use an app on your phone. There are phone apps for tuning that you could use as well. And I'm gonna walk you through each of those. I'm gonna walk you through using the tuner, and I'm gonna walk you through what it looks like on an app. So whichever one you choose to use, you should be able to do. Now, you can also tune by ear. You can tune to a piano. You can tune to a reference note. You can even tune the guitar to itself. We're not gonna do too much of that today. I wanna do what's quickest and easiest for new guitar players. To make life easier, we have moved to my guitar setup desk so you can actually see the tuner and what's going on. We're gonna start with string number 6, your low E string. It's supposed to say E, but it doesn't. It says D sharp, D hashtag, D pound sign. So we're actually too low. This needs to be an E. Well, again, if you think about your alphabet being A, B, C, D, E, F as a vertical, where is D sharp or D in relationship to E? D is right below E. So we're too low. So we need to raise the pitch of this string. So what we're gonna do on this guitar, we're going to turn the knob away from us to raise the pitch. Now, this is where a lot of new players run into some challenges. They'll start turning the knob before they've played the note, or they turn too fast. So very small turns. To raise the pitch, we have to turn this tuner away from us. So I'm going to play the note. Very small turns. Oh, we're on E, but you see those little yellow lines? That means we're not quite there. We're a little too low still. Now, once I've gotten this one where those yellow lines are gone, and all we have is the blue lines, that means I'm in tune. So we have now reached an E. So this string is now in tune. Let's go to the A string. So your fifth string, or the A string, there should be an A. Whoa, that is incorrect. That is an A, but you'll see it has a little mark next to it, which means A sharp. A sharp note is higher, right? So A sharp is a higher sound and a higher pitch than A. So we have overshot that. Now we have to lower this one. We need to bring this down to an A natural. To lower the pitch on this side, we're going to turn the tuner toward us to lower it. A lot of times you want to pluck the string as you're turning. Now we can see we're kind of in between A and A sharp. You see now we have a bunch of red lines above the A, means we're still too high. Keep bringing it down. We have brought it down to the A. Now, the mechanical nature of the tuning pegs, if you've overshot your note and you're coming down to it, you should come slightly below the pitch you're looking for, and then come back up to it to increase the tension of the strings on the peg. So coming down to the A, I'm going to come down a little lower. So now we're too low. And I'm going to work my way back up. Now we're in tune on the fifth string. Next is the D string. Ooh, it should be a D, and we are reading a C sharp. Well, C sharp would be underneath a D, or in front of the D, however you want to look at it, vertically or horizontally. A C sharp is a lower pitch than a D. So we need to bring this string up, the pitch up, so we have to turn it away from our bodies to get there. So let's see how that works. C sharp, which is too low. Small turns. We're now reading a D, but still too low. Small turns. Now we're in tune. That was from the workbench because I wanted you to actually be able to see the tuner and how it works. Again, they're all very similar. So that was the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings. A lot of guitars have different kinds of headstocks. This is what we call a 3 on a side. So I have 3 tuners on the bass side, or the low string side, the low pitch side, and I have 3 on this side. For these, the tuners that are on this top, we'll call it the top side, to raise the pitch, you turn away from your body to raise the pitch. To lower the pitch, you turn it toward your body to lower the pitch. Away from my body, it goes up. Toward your body, the pitch goes down. Let's retune that real quick. So now we're way too low. Right, now that is on this top side. Now, we'll say the bottom side, I guess, or the high side, the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings, it's the exact opposite turning, right? So let's say on the G string, which is out of tune on purpose, it is too low. To raise the pitch of this G string, I need to turn it toward me to raise the pitch. So I'm going to tune that up. It's an F sharp now. It needs to go up to a G. And now we're at a G. That's something that throws off a lot of new players, is they'll be turning the tuners the wrong direction on one side. So on a 3 and 3 headstock, you turn opposite directions on either side to raise or lower the pitch. A couple of pitfalls that I've seen a lot of new players make. I have made myself when I was a new player. I think everybody's done this. Let's say I'm trying to tune my 6th string, this E string. I've seen this happen a lot where they are plucking the E string, but they accidentally grabbed the tuner for the 5th string. So what you're doing is you're turning and you're like, what's happening? Nothing's happening. And your left hand or your tuning hand has accidentally grabbed the wrong tuner. So you thought you were tuning the 6th string, but in reality you were detuning your 5th string. That happens a lot. Now detuning is not a problem because you can always just tune it back up. The real issue is you're turning the wrong tuner and you're tightening it, or you're raising the pitch without knowing it. And that's how most of us have done this. We over tightened the tuner, and we snapped a string. Because as you go up in pitch, you're increasing the tension on that string, and you increase that tension too much, it will pop a string. So usually if you've popped a string on tuning, you might have over cranked it, probably. Or every now and then, if it's just an old string, there could be a weakness in it and it can just pop. But usually on new strings, if you pop one, it's because you over tightened it and you're probably turning the wrong tuner. We have all done that at some point. So watch out for that. Now, sometimes you have a guitar with what is called a 6-in-line, like this one. So all 6 of these tuners are the same direction. So as I'm tuning the 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, they're all gonna turn the same direction to raise the pitch. They're all gonna turn the same direction to lower the pitch. So this is what we call a 6-in-line headstock. So you might encounter that and they're all gonna go the same. Conversely, I don't have one, but they make guitars with a reverse headstock. Kind of like that. The tuners will be on this side. The tuners will be on this side of the headstock. Now, they're gonna be the opposite direction if you have a 6-in-line like this. So if you have a reverse headstock, you gotta tune them all the other direction. So just be aware, different guitar headstocks, different tuning configurations. You have some things like Ernie Ball Music Man, they'll have 4 on this side and maybe 2 on this side. That kind of works the same as the 3 and 3. It's just you have 4 on this side going one direction, 2 on this side going the other direction. That's normally an electric guitar situation. Electric guitars, we get kind of crazy with our tuning pegs and where we put them. Now, in addition to using a clip-on tuner, you can also use an app. If you have a smartphone or a tablet of some kind, there are various different apps for tuning the guitar. I'm gonna walk you through that right now. So if you're looking at the app, screen share, you see it looks like a headstock of a guitar. There's my note, yay, E. So let's detune this a little bit. I'm gonna mess up my tuning slightly on these strings. Looks a little bit like a video game, so it's kind of, these are kind of fun, but I prefer the clip-ons because it's just a little more practical. You don't have to grab a phone and set it on your leg or set it somewhere, it's just always there. But if you don't have a clip-on, these work. So you can see that we are too low on this one. So we're -9 cents. Too low, we're tuning up. We're looking for that green check mark on this particular app. Close enough for government work. All right, now, A string. Oh, we're also too low. So I'm gonna bring that up very slowly. Again, don't use big, massive turns, very small turns to get to the note you want. Good, let's check the D string. Ooh, D string is too high. See, it's telling me to tune down. And again, when you're tuning down to your note, you should tune down lower than you should. And then come back up to the note. You end up with a little bit better tuning stability that way. So always try to tune up to the note you want. If you're too high, come down below it and then work your way back up to that note. And that is the app. Those are super useful. I prefer the clip-ons, but the app will work and that's how you use it. All right, Arnie Music students, I hope you enjoyed this and found it useful. I'll see you at your next lesson. Now, if you're just a guitar player out there in the internet somewhere, I hope you found some use out of this as well. I hope this helped you with getting more comfortable with tuning your guitar. Probably that's one of the very first hurdles you have to overcome on the guitar, on your guitar journey. If I can help you in any way, if I can save you from the mistakes that I made as a beginning player many, many years ago. That was my goal, to make your guitar journey easier and faster than mine. That's why I'm here. Learn from my mistakes and learn from the things that I did wrong. And maybe learn from the things that I did right and just learn them sooner than I did. All right, thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, if you found value from this, please give it a thumbs up. If you're an advanced guitar player who's been playing for a while, please tell me your stories down below of tuning debacles you've had. Snapping a string by tuning the right one, or snapping a string in a gig and having to retune everything. Please, if you're an experienced advanced guitar player, you've seen some stuff, tell me your tuning stories down below. I would love to see that. If this gave you value, please tell me down below, and maybe think about subscribing for some more videos in the future. I'm Ryan from Art and Music, deep in the heart of Texas. I hope I see you in the next video. Until then, keep the music alive. Don't forget it. The music needs you. You need the music. We need to keep it alive for the next generation of musicians coming up, that hopefully they learn the things that we learned faster and younger than we did. That would be great. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.